Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time we ended up fighting the Knights Cavalry just over here, fighting Ancient Worm Theodorix, and then clearing out the Cave of the Forlorn. And this time we're going to actually go down to this cave just south of the Yelough Anix ruins. And actually we'll probably go hit up the Erdtree over here. Actually it's going to be those two and then make a little trip over here, I believe. But you can see the Yelough Anix ruins. And we'll just start quick making our way in. As of today, I haven't seen any news on DLC for this game. Also, the Game Awards haven't happened yet, so maybe we'll hear something then, but they might also kind of just be holding out to like mention other stuff like New Armored Core or something from FromSoft. I'm not holding out hope right now. It's expected that we'll have DLC, it's just when they feel like announcing it to us. I gotta say, the frozen miners are kinda spooky. Hear the faint, like, electric sound. Does not open from the side. Okay, so we gotta go down. Couldn't remember. I ran through this dungeon once and was like, yep, well, I experienced this and never have to come here again. Yeah, seeing the one rock here now I feel like I have to go back up and check. Since I forgot this is a mining cave, so these always have rocks and stuff you can take from the walls. It's a nice little kind of side thing you don't think about is just the trait of, oh, by the way, these caves have, you know, loot that's just rocks. It's the ores, and it makes sense. I probably could have hit them for healing, but it's whatever. Look at that. Spooky. It's actually gravity magic. I think that's gonna summon a guy when we go down there. Nobody else? Okay. I just want to double check. Even though the stones are very obvious and easy to see. Okay, so there's one down there. But I'm just paranoid enough of forgetting something. Because most dungeons, if I miss something, I don't care too much. Very rarely is an item worthwhile. But these caves, smithing stones are worth their weight in gold. Missing one is a greater misstep than a lot of things. Okay. This area is clear. Should be getting by that door soon. And because these summon guys, I think I'm just gonna see if I can shoulder charge him. Yep. See, these guys are another oddity, the Onyx Lords or Alabaster Lords. Because I think this one's Onyx because he's black. Like the stone. And then Alabaster would be like the pale white guys of these. That would make sense to me, I don't know. But they just are kind of here. And they show up in... Like there's the one in the Lake of Rot, there's some here. There's some in Rhea Lucaria, and it just feels like they're just completely random. You have the little gravity stone cultists in some of the underground areas in... where? In Ainsel River, along, I think here, I want to say? And then you have the ones... down here, right around, I think this area. But so we have these weird spots where I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so there's gotta be something greater. And in terms of story, you'd think so. But there really isn't. Okay, so this is the boss fight. We'll come back and do this once we clear out the rest of this place. Considering we have our way up, and we can always just run back through here real easy. Is that, yeah. Yeah, and those smithing 8s. At the moment, those are not something I can get. I'll be able to get them in due time, it's just not this very moment. But yeah, so we're back up here. I don't think there's any stones around here. I'm not seeing any. So we'll just go back down, do our fight proper. Quick check to make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, we'll go down via the ladder. Because that guy's not summoned yet, so I have time to loot and look around a little. Well, that kinda hurt. In that case, we'll just pop Bestial Vitality. Speed up that heal a bit. Yeah, when you got both things going, I bet if we really wanted to... Let's get that warp speed healing. Yeah, that's not a bad speed to be healing, which is effectively a passive heal. Oh, I also forgot to mention, between episodes I leveled up more. I put more points into endurance and I believe mind. Just because I want to get those 30, 35, I believe. And then I'm going to put more into intelligence, since it's just more scaling on all my casting items. I don't know if I'm going to go off Golden Order Seal. Even though the Madness one is good, the Golden Order Seal has the best scaling, and at the way it's going, then I can just use the Prince of Death Staff, and then I can start casting sorceries. Admittedly, I don't know what I'd really swap out. Maybe Unendurable Frenzy, maybe Stone of Garank. There's not a lot I can really look at and say, yeah, that's worth swapping out for... we'll even take a second just because we have the time. Like, Comet Azure is good, but it's a 3 slot. Stars of Ruin isn't bad. Shard Spiral. Okay, Shard Spiral I would grab, because that spell is actually stupidly strong. It's kind of like a Pest Threads, but for sorcery. Night Comet, Night Shard, these are both well-received spells. See, Eternal Darkness is good, but it is very situational, and I don't know what enemy attacks it can pull in, because that could actually be a lifesaver. I've seen some people make a case for, like, Crystal Release. Frozen Armament, I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Ajula's Moonblade, or Adula's Moonblade, that's pretty good. Loretta's Great Bow, there's another Loretta spell we'll get later on that's better. Maybe Magic Downpour, I don't know. I actually don't... I have a bunch of these spells on my main character, and I just don't use them. Ancient Death Rancor, always an option. Maybe Tibia's Summons, because I think it got boosted. But for the time being, we're pretty solid as is. Alright, let's get ready to juggle. Oh, you just don't care. There. Yeah, because see, this guy's pale white, so I think there is Onyx and Alabaster Lords as two separate entities, or different kinds of guys. Okay, so he's dead. Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, that's not bad. Get some free healing. Even though I don't need to, I can just make my way back up to the top, rest, and then run over to the actual boss fight. But you never know, there might be more in here. Might be another enemy or two. Based on the bloodstains, looks like a lot of people tried to just sprint by this guy, or they tried to just square up with him. And either way, I mean, I would have struggled, honestly, had I not realized they're juggleable. You don't realize how powerful that is until you actually start using it. I remember for a long time I had those abilities and I thought, these are trash, there's no way I'm going to use these. And then when I was trying to get Tish, and everything was like, oh yeah, you can just knock them up, I was like, oh. And then this playthrough, realizing how much stuff it can work on. It's definitely not a cast at every garbage minion kind of spell, but for a good number of fights, it's justifiable. Especially sometimes, like, the knights for the different places. I don't want to deal with them and their great swords and all their tricks. Just knock them up, smack them around a bit, back off, charge again. But your biggest threat is always, as we've seen me do a couple times, you misjudge range. You think, oh, this is within range, and you're just like a step off. It's always embarrassing. Come to a screeching halt right in front of someone, and then you just get smacked. Alright, let's go heal. Because there's no reason not to. I think this fight is another, like, Alabaster Lord. So I'm just gonna juggle him. That. We'll get Tish ready just because. Why not? Oh, it's a Astel. Oh, it's a Astel. This entirely changes how this fight's going. I just got one shot. That's an encounter. Okay, so how do we want to do this then? Because I was not expecting Astel. I mean, there's really only one way, and that's just brute forcing it. I just don't like brute forcing this fight. You should pay attention to Tish for a second. I forgot to use my physic. God, that just chunk of damage instantly. And the teleport, where to? That way. I mean, Tish is putting in a lot of work here. And then that's going to be a meteor spell. Then I need to back off. Yeah, got him with the stink. Makes my job a lot easier. Is that another meteor spell? Yep. Yep. Thought I was too close for that. But we got him. Hey, and 140,000 souls. Yeah, and you notice the, like, crashed meteorite here? Kinda neat. Which makes it seem like Astel and all these others just rode asteroids to Earth. Oh, the thing's over there. I was about to say, now, where's my teleport out? I get some people can do these fights solo, but I would loathe to try that. Alright, with that out of the way, we'll make our way down here next to do our next little fight. Actually... yeah, we'll just go for it. Little worried about losing the ruins. We'll actually go back and try to get enough for a level. Even though the fight that's coming isn't that difficult, it's still against a guy who does bleed. And I don't like gambling on fights against bleed enemies. Yeah, so this will be enough. This will actually put me over, but it won't be by much. Yeah. Like 25k. That's fine. Yeah, so 35. It's tempting to try to bring these to 40 because more equip load just means heavier armor, so more durability, and more stamina. Stamina is always useful. Whether I'm swinging, running, dodging, it's always useful. Mine, just more FP. Can't really find fault with more FP, honestly. The other case is this. Right there's 2 points. If I went for that, it's 1. So, there's a case to be made there. Strength, that's more damage. So there's options. Could even go for extra health, put a couple points in and try to break 1500. As it stands... let's just go intelligence. Let's try to bring that to 35. Because that is directly giving me more damage. And the more damage means less spells need to be cast, and I can more efficiently kill. Oh, yep. Forgot about the ghost soldiers. Should be able to go this way. Oh, that's just a blue. Not important. Coming through. Is it right here? No. Okay, then where? Oh, it's further. Oh, that's my mistake. Here, I thought it was further back this way. It's further this way. I think it's just past the ruins. Still don't know why those guys are here. And I don't know if killing them even gives me anything. I think it's just kind of a waste. Because what I'm looking for is there is a path you can take into the Mohgwyn Dynasty area. It's an alt path where that's a bear. Oh, yeah, there we go. Because the game forces you out. Yep. Invaded by Sanguine Noble. Well, let's get a heal going. Get ready to juggle. Yep, because there's our man. There we go. Got all the Sanguine Noble outfit. I just love the disrespect of just juggling a dude to death. Doesn't even get a chance to fight. No respect, no fair fights. Just like, nah, you're just gonna bounce repeatedly until you die. I hate ruined bears. They are the curse of my existence. Yep, right there's the little teleporter. Hero's Rune. I'm actually gonna ride this length a bit because I don't remember all that's here. Towards endgame, when I first played through, it wasn't even me just being like, oh, let me finish the game. It was more of me being like, I hate it here. Everything is difficult. There's rune bears everywhere. I was trying to do co-op with a friend, and I kept getting invaded by rivers of blood abusing sweats. Oh, another thing. That must mean there is someone nearby I can bait into hitting this. Ah, you. My good man. Come on. Come on. Keep up the chase, my dude. Just walk around the corner. Just around the corner. There we go. Unless you have me trapped, that's not good at all. Come on. Perfect. Now I can leave. Thank you. Goodbye. So that's not bad. More smithing 7s and 8s. I was looking to see where I could get 8s and all this stuff. So like, oh yeah, the Yelough Anix... Or not the Yelough Anix ruins, the tunnel, the mine. They're like, oh yeah, you can just farm the miners. And they have like a 3% drop rate. And I'm sitting here going, ooh boy, 3%? You shouldn't have. Just feels so goofy to sit here and be like, oh man, it's a whole 3%. Like, come on. Oh yeah, I guess it was that guy. I thought it was the Sanguine Nobles, the ones with the sword. dark. We'll come back through this path again later. I just want to get the spot marked. Because if we go... well, you can see it. Move my hammer. Right down there. We can get the Site of Grace. And if you're feeling really bored and really cheeky, you can actually farm here. And just farm a ton of runes. But you need, like, the endgame sword to do it. At least do it efficiently. You can do it prior, it's just not as good. Now that I'm thinking about other spells, I could use Rykard's Rancor. But I'd have to duplicate Rykard's soul so that I can have Blasphemous Blade as well. Because I'd like to use Blasphemous Blade. It's solid, it's not at all bad. Yeah. And of course we got the stupid birds, not gonna look forward to killing them. Admittedly, we'll be able to cheese that one with a bow, but the other ones we have to manually suffer through. But we'll come back here later. But we'll do a quick showcase of this place. Like, it's a lot of these guys who aren't even paying attention to you, and then the few red guards who are actually aware of things. The easiest way, though, like I said, is the endgame sword, because you can just send a long line of magic that'll just knock everybody out over and kill them. I tried to do this for a while, manually using lightning bolt, or lightning spear, and just a bunch of buffs to my lightning damage trying to get kills. It works, it's just really slow. Sometimes you gotta do it. I'm just gonna pick this up, and then I'll stop, because otherwise I could go through this whole place. We will have to come back through here for White Mask Vara's quest. That's why I didn't start here and just run through, because if you do, Vara's quest line in this area abruptly ends. But we'll head out of here. We got other places to go. Let's hit up that tree. Because going this way, now that I'm thinking about it, is dangerous, because there's the Albinaurics. Whatever. If I die, I die. I hate the Albinaurics. Clearing that village isn't going to be fun. Like all things, it's doable, it's just not going to be happy doing it. That whole area is just an experience. It's also... that village is the reason why I had mentioned before to get the Sentry's Torch, because you need it. What? Who... whomst launches spells at me? I am the spell flinger. These guys do the same spell as me. That's... those copycats. Admittedly, their version isn't as swagged out as mine. Who is, like, spitting? That's disgusting. At least it's not something stupid like their spit has death blight build up. Of course, it's so rare you actually see them doing a ranged attack that you could mod that into one of those like super hardcore mods that makes everybody do like every kind of build up at once, and people still wouldn't even know it because like nobody even fights these guys half the time. Okay, let's get you kind of split up here. Not comfortable trying to wail on all of you at once. You have ice magic? What? You Albinaurics are a very peculiar lot. Constantly pulling out tricks I didn't even know you had. Admittedly, I do like it. I like that these Albinaurics are actually fairly unique. I'm so used to just rando knights and dudes with crossbows that these ugly little frogmen are pulling out all the stops. Ice magic and discus of light. It's refreshing. Annoying, but refreshing. What's kind of weird, though, is their spit and seems to be their blood are the same color. Wow, a smithing 7. It kind of like their blood being the same color as their spit kind of reminds me of the joke I've seen where it's a Lego character and it says a Lego man is living in his Lego house, but he does not know, is his house made of flesh or is he made of house? Get back here. Smithing 8. Still not that much of an ooh-ah kind of moment. Oh, just normal storm. Oh yeah, because there's probably Fulgur blossoms over there. Or Fulgur blooms. You get fireball. You get second fireball. And a third because I don't appreciate you spitting on me. Now I'm just gonna beat your ass because I'm getting tired of being spit on here. Ha ha ha, discus battle! All little Albinaurics out during school throwing glowing discs at each other. Little Jimmy Albinauric gets his head cut off by one. Oh cool, we got the curved great club. It does absolutely nothing, but it looks kinda neat. Credit where credit is due. Kinda wish it had arcane scaling, because a bunch of their other weapons do. And it just would have been neat to make them, like, the arcane people. Because to a degree, that's kind of what they are. Even though I have no actual need for Fulgur Bloom. It's my habitual hoarding nature. I see stuff and I'm like, oh, I could take that, and if anything, I'll just put it into storage. That's why I'm terrible at Elder Scrolls games. I'm great at them. I just also tend to really bog down my file size by putting tons of crap in a box. I remember in Oblivion, the first time I played, I bought the house in the like waterfront district of the Imperial City, and I stored every item in one chest, so it would take the game an actual minute just to load all my inventory. Good times. I remember people said they'd have way less stuff and the game would corrupt their saves, and mine never corrupted. Over time, I eventually realized I should probably not put every item in one spot, and eventually would put all like my potions in a cabinet and everything like that. Then I started doing that in Fallout and every other game. Because it fit aesthetically to be like, oh yeah, this cabinet's the armor cabinet and this one's the weapon cabinet. Warming stones aren't bad. Never say no to those. This is another area I'm kind of surprised they didn't put something else in. Because this whole area up here, it's like, yeah, here's the tree, and that's all we got. Hey, thorny cracked tier and the other tier to make me explode. And another level. That's always a nice thing to find. Thorny cracked tier, I think, is the one that boosts your stagger. Which has value. It definitely does. If I wanted to go nuts with the Wild Strikes, I could probably build around that, but I'm not really gonna build around that. I mean, at any point from here on in, I could switch to the full Dex Arcane Bleed build. Oh yeah, that was the tree. I thought I had to go up to here. Yeah, this area right up here. Nothing up here. It's just kinda here. I feel like they could have squeezed in a cave or something. You know, fill a cave with Albinaurics, who cares? Make a really big Albinauric. that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.